Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. All 25 soap spoilers for this week as Emmerdale's John strikes again. The drama ramps up in Soapland next week, and if you're keen for a sneak peek at what's in store, then we've got just what you're after, with 25 fresh spoilers teasing what's to come. Stacey Slater's Lacey Turner past comes back to haunt her in EastEnders next week when her secret cam footage is leaked online. And of course there's one person at the top of her suspects list. Joel Marshall, Max Murray. Over in Coronation Street, wedding bells could soon be ringing for Swarla, as Carla Connor, Alison King, prepares to pop the question, and in Emmerdale, tensions are rising between Manpreet Sharma, Rebecca Sarkar and Ruby Milligan, Beth Cordingley. As for Hollyoaks, Sienna Blake, Anna Passy reels in the wake of discovering that her dad Jez, Jeremy Sheffield, is a serial killer, and Neighbours is lining up a huge return from the 90s in the form of Sam Kratz, Richard Grieve. But that's just for starters. For a proper deep dive into all things soap, keep reading. Bonavani is struggling with morning sickness, and Eve supports her decision to have a termination. Ravi and Priya are furious to hear about the pregnancy, and Joel lashes out when he discovers the abortion choice. Vicky drags him away and reads the riot act when they get home. Stacey's excitement for Lily's return is short-lived when she discovers that her secret cam content has been leaked. She immediately blames Joel, and later reports him to the police. Harry and Oki are told to up their game, which means using Kojo's flat. Elaine is startled to find his brother surrounded by lads at the garage, who throw her to the ground. He chases them off, and later Kojo trusts him with a key to his flat. For Cindy and Elaine discover that there's a new woman in George's life, and decide to do some snooping to find out who. They're shocked to discover it's Nicola. Patrick returns from hospital and is suffering from anxiety in the wake of his attack. Howie feels terrible to see him in such a state, knowing he could have put his mind at ease. Theo is devastated to see his family appearing on a brochure that promotes traditional family values at Noah's church. He trashes the builder's yard, and later, Gary becomes determined to confront Noah. Can Maria stop him? Audie and Amy admit they have feelings for one another, but their afternoon of passion is cut short when Jess brings him in for questioning. Dev realizes that Bernie has a lot going on, and instead of postponing their honeymoon, suggests that she head off alone. Carla tells Ryan that she's planning to propose to Lisa. When the engagement ring arrives, she pops it into a glass of champagne at the Rovers and eagerly awaits her arrival. Nanabi feigns a migraine to skip work and spend time with Carl. Tyrone spots him at the precinct as Abby slips down in the passenger seat to avoid being caught. Has she been seen? Steve promises that he'll look after Doran for the afternoon, but after snoozing on the sofa, wakes up to find him missing. Suddenly there are fears that he might have climbed in an old fridge that has been taken away, and the Dobbs and McDonald clan stage a search effort. 11. Vinny meets up with Mike but is spooked when the subject of his sexuality is brought up. Later, Mike shows up, says his partner has kicked him out. Hinting at an attraction between them, Vinny is spooked and his pal soon turns on him. 12. Ruby and Manpreet come to blows at the depot. After an initial argument, Manpreet hijacks a forklift and refuses to get off until they speak properly. Ruby snaps and the two women end up in custody. Will they ever see eye to eye? 13. April and Dylan are caught in one another's company by Mandy. Things go from bad to worse for the teens when Dylan reveals Ray's intention to get her to work for him, and it's not long before she's manipulated into doing a drug drop. Will she go ahead with it? 14. Charity discovers that she is pregnant with granddaughter Sarah's baby, who is naturally thrilled and makes the big announcement in the Woolpack later in the day. 15. Robert is looking after Harry and becoming increasingly frustrated at the noise he's making. Robert reaches breaking point and Harry rushes over to a smug John. 16. Sienna is sick to her stomach after her discovery, and Jez demands an audience with her at the allotment. Horrified after learning about all his victims, she desperately tries to run away along the city walls while leaving a voice message for Dodger. 17. Tom introduces Rex to Froggy, and he can't believe he's his granddad. Later, Donnie informs Rex that he's due for release. He's keen for a reunion with Steve, who asserts that they need Lucas' blessing first. Teen Tony prepares a barbecue at the hutch and she encourages him to cancel it in light of recent events. When Rex turns up at the event, word spreads about his release and he doesn't get a welcome reception. 19. Speaking of people less than impressed to see Rex, Claire can't believe when he shows up at the flat. Grace begs her not to harm him, as she can't bear to lose another brother. 20. Bobby's coffin arrives on Crystalton Terrace ahead of his vigil. Mercedes is overcome with emotion and flees. 21. Andrew is determined to put his kiss with Holly to one side, but little do they realize, Rhett has caught them in the act. Aaron asks Holly outright, but she's quick to shut it down. It becomes clear that they can't keep away from one another, and Holly decides to strip off to take some racy selfies for him. 22. Remy is dismayed when the neurologist says she isn't fit for work until her memory returns. Kara realizes that she plays no part in her wife's recovery, and after catching her working at the 82, an argument ensues.